continue our knowledge sharing mission through a series of interviews with marketing leaders like yourself from all over the world. We're thrilled to have you with us today. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and about your role.
I have two jobs at Profit. One is I guide clients with marketing strategy and planning. And that's what I've been doing for many years. I have more of a creative background, but I switched into management consulting and brand and marketing consulting about 11 years ago. My second job is I'm the firm's chief marketing officer. So I'm responsible also for the firm's corporate marketing, both for brand and performance marketing. So the two jobs are actually quite related. One is, I'm practicing what I preach.
Nice. Well, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And that's quite interesting. Can you please expand on that a little bit in terms of how they intertwine?
What I advise clients, I follow myself. So whether it's creating an integrated brand and demand plan or taking a program view or how to, the puzzle of how search is being rethought because of generative AI. So all the problems happening for the marketing world, trying to get smart about and learn both for my clients and then for the firm at the same time. So there's a lot of back and forth between both, especially with B2B clients, but really with any clients.
No, that's amazing. And it's absolutely valuable, especially the creative side of the skill that you really bring into this, if I can call it a skill, really. It's an approach, maybe that's a better way to put it. I saw a little bit your LinkedIn, your profile. I saw you graduated in English creative writing, and you took visual arts classes. So I'm sure this approach and this mindset that you have, this creative mind you have, is probably helping you a lot in terms of innovation, flexibility, adaptability, and everything you really need to be a marketing leader.
You learn both the importance of the idea and the craft. So you learn to both swing big and the importance, but you also know to make pragmatic small things happen to show momentum and proof of concept. So you need to operate at two levels, both the big ideas, but also the hand-to-hand combat of every day and achieving success and using data and insights to make informed decisions, not just creative decisions.
No, absolutely. That's such a wonderful combination. But I would expand on it and say, what would be your biggest challenges right now? Not only as a marketing leader, but as a creative in the space where you're currently at?
Yeah, so we have two big goals. One is to build awareness of Profit among new audiences. There's a lot of no brand can stay on its laurels. So we've got a lot of new audiences to appeal to, both the marketing leaders that often know us, but there's new ones coming in every day. And then there's the business and growth leaders, which is a significant part of our business, who may not know us. I guess the biggest thing is growing awareness among new audiences. And then secondly, it's also broadening frame of reference for what we do among those who do know us. Profit's evolved a lot. Like many firms, Profit has evolved and added a lot of capabilities over time. So people that may have worked with us previously may not know our expanded set of capabilities. So I've got to broaden the frame of reference for how people know us.
How do you define success in marketing?
Well, business, we look at net new business, we look at returning business from past clients, and then of course, growth within existing clients. Marketing's contribution to that might be in driving new leads, improving consideration, so being a provider of choice. And some of the ways we know we're successful might be in, have we grown the database among the people that we want to know us? And then are the people engaging with us at an increased manner, either through, marketing engagement or through business engagement? And that tells us if we're making progress against our goals.
It makes complete sense, really. And you put it really nicely in the beginning. Well, success, business growth, obviously. So when we talk success, we talk money, right? But when we really dive into marketing initiatives, brand engagement, brand visibility, all these things, all these components are huge. And there is so much strategy put into it and teams that are working on it independently together. And so how do you take care of all those components as a marketing leader? And how do you approach that?
I think most marketers have to know to operate at two speeds, because you've got marketing activity in market right now, and you're also looking at the future to capture future demand, right? So you've got to do brand and demand, right? So you need to do both. So your teams are working, and so some of your activities are doing, some are more future forward, and some are more and some are more immediate. So search might be more immediate. Events could go either way. Events could be deals now, or they could be building awareness for the future. So they could do both. So each PR could be building future consideration. So all your levers are hopefully working either at each goal or together, ideally combined, adding more to each from a program view rather than a specific tactic view. So our teams are working on programs, not just channels.
And maybe this is a bit of a digression, but just a little thought right now as you were speaking. How does your background in creative writing helps you today as a marketer?
Content marketing is the lifeblood of any, especially B2B business, right? It's a huge
Exactly.
It's a huge currency, whether it's thought leadership content or whether it's everyday content marketing. So of course I'm very interested in that.
Would you say, sorry to interrupt, would you say that is your passion?
It is my passion. I mean, I started in advertising, and I developed a career also in content marketing. In fact, at Profit, I helped build our content strategy offering, which was a very natural evolution of my copywriting into other forms of writing. And it's different, content marketing is different than advertising. And then we also built an advertising capability at Profit as well over the last couple of years. So yeah, content is a great passion of mine, both thought leadership content and then everyday content. So it does shape about how I probably spend more time on our content marketing than maybe I should.
I would assume so. I mean, just naturally, just looking at your profile, I would assume that this is where your true spark comes out, that this is where you love to tap into these kind of things.
I don't know. I think a lot of us change over time, though. You spend time on what you're comfortable in and what you like, but then you learn and hopefully get a rush out of topics that might be a little more foreign or more adjacent to you. Like I'm taking some data analytics classes because I need to embrace it. I kind of like it more than I thought.
Wow.
And I have to close those gaps are really important in what I do, both for clients and for myself. So I'm learning to embrace. I don't think I work on things I don't like, but I think I'm learning to embrace other I get a rush out of
overcoming.
I get a rush out of new topics that new areas.
No, that's amazing. So I will say maybe the best way to prescribe your career growth and success and where you are currently is to this learning growth mindset and embracing that. So
yeah, very iterative. I think it's always adding up to, in many ways, I think my career has added up to becoming a marketing leader because of all the different, I worked in advertising, direct marketing, digital marketing, content, even a dab in journalism, strategy, consult. So it kind of adds up. It starts to add up.
So you literally tapped into each and every one kind of department and component of marketing, what it takes, pretty much. And now data, and now data.
And now data, yeah.
No, but I can relate to that absolutely.
But it may too long.
Well, talking about data, AI is a huge topic. It's a hot topic, and how do you approach that as well? And how do you see it? Do you see it as an asset? Do you see it as a potential problem in the future?
I mean, I think we all know we need to be excited about it or at least embrace it. But I think the more you embrace it and use it, the more you might like it and appreciate it. So our teams are using it, our clients are using it. It's a puzzle, right? It's a good puzzle to figure out the best way to use it. I think we're all moving from simple productivity to bigger, more insightful strategic uses of it. So that's kind of exciting. So it keeps changing. The trick is not to be daunted by it. You can be overwhelmed, but so you need to. So I've been thinking about it in a couple different buckets. There's the assistive, there's analytical, there's different buckets for use cases, and trying to explore what it can do is part of the game. We don't need to settle yet on what it is or what it can do. It can still keep exploring.
We tapped a little bit about your background, connected it to what makes you you today and what really brought you to marketing. We tapped a little bit about the challenges and what defines success, but to maybe go deeper, what is your main marketing focus at the moment? And what are some maybe roadblocks that you're facing at the moment?
Right now, we've been rolling out an updated articulation of our firm's positioning. We've talked about how we help clients unlock uncommon growth. And for us, we define uncommon growth as growth that is not just exponential, but it's high impact growth that is smarter, faster, more human, and more actionable and more sustainable year after year. So in February, we kind of declared ourselves and we've started to market as the Uncommon Growth Company. So that's really exciting to kind of more declare in brand marketing what you do. So we've been rolling out a new campaign to do that, both through our collateral and communications, as well as through advertising. We just ran a campaign in the Wall Street Journal, and through our events and through all our channels and through our thought leadership. So it's really exciting to have a very cohesive story, a very bold, hopefully interesting story, still very timely for the times we're in. And so the challenge is, like any client we have, like I advise any client when we do a new positioning and rollout for them, is how do you cohesively articulate internally and externally, and yet provide the flexibility across all the different channels that one would need to do, and be timely with it, and keep interesting and keep it iterative. So it's just a massive undertaking for any brand to launch a new proposition, update their current proposition, or restate what they are in a bigger and louder way. It's always a large and complex challenge. And also then it also means sometimes saying no to things that you previously did that no longer fit as well into the agenda or can't be as much as a priority. But it also creates a lot of new things. It always creates a lot of new things that one needs to do.
It makes sense. And to maybe the keyword, again, the challenges, relationships, to go off of that.
Yeah, sure.
What is the relationship between sales and marketing currently at Profit, and how would you define it?
Yeah, it's probably different to every organization, including in professional services, depending on your model. But like some, the relationship is sales is the partners across as well as a commercial team that can manage this. So marketing, our job is twofold: is one, to create demand for those folks and to create a story, to also provide the continuity in between their contexts, because they can't be 24/7 with every relationship present and future. So we're there to provide continuity. So it's not just air cover, it's continuity. And then also to supply them and to arm them with the right materials and interesting content and tools that would be helpful for them to be successful. I think we're really doing a great job integrating marketing and sales at Profit, not by merging them, but by having a shared view on data, having a shared view on objectives, signing up for shared lists of who are the right clients are to prioritize. So I think we are working well together. We developed an operating model between us. So I think we're doing all the things that we advise clients to do to build an integrated model between sales and marketing. One of our biggest pieces of thought leadership is called Brand and Demand: A Love Story. And a lot of this is about this, that marketing and brand marketing, are not enemies or not opposed to each other, but that they're more successful when they're together and when they're partners. And to be partners is a relationship. So I think we are embodying that, or at least we're on the path towards that. which I'm excited about. And I think the commercial team and the sales team are very excited about that too. I think they see it and feel it. We all agree there's more to do, but I think we've all made a lot of progress even in the last year and a half.
So no healthy tension?
Not really. It's more about where to spend your time and your resources. I'm sure they'd be interested in more demand being created faster and sooner. I think that they would appreciate more down funnel content and tools. And I agree that that's probably needed. But you have to make choices on time and your investment go. But I think if you're good listeners with each other and good collaborators, you can usually find an answer together.
Absolutely. And out of all marketing initiatives you're in charge of, which one has your sales department traditionally been more grateful for or excited about?
I think right now they're very excited with curiosity about running brand advertising in a publication like the Wall Street Journal, which is what we're running right now, because I'm not sure the firm has done that, or not, at least in a long time, and a lot of pride in it. I think the expectations are modest. What will result on day one? They know it takes time and persistence and consistency. But I think they're really excited about that. They also get excited when we create a really good sales tool. We created a brand diagnostic for our brand building practice, where a brand can assess how strong their brand engine is right now. So it's kind of a good tool. So I think they like having something useful to be able to put in front of clients, to interact with them, not just another interesting piece of thought leadership to send them.
Makes complete sense. And which marketing strategies have wielded the most success in terms of engagement and lead generation?
Yeah. So recently we brought back conferences and meetings, which is a big part of any B2B marketer budget. And Profit had engaged in the channel before too, but we brought it back a little bit differently. We did a couple partnerships, for example, with the Association of National Advertisers, the ANA, and we are a brand partner of them. So we have both sponsored some of their events as well as hosted events at our office. We've also done meetings with the Financial Communications Society and hosted. And I think them has really gotten a lot of energy out of these in-person meetings, which are thought leadership, and it's awareness, but it's also engagement, and maybe there's a meeting or two or sales that come out of it. I think it's really brought a lot of high engagement and feedback, because I think people have missed it, both because of the pandemic, but I think they also like how we brought it back with partners, not just alone.
Amazing. And last but not least, what career advice would you give to anybody aspiring to maybe be a chief marketing officer?
Don't chase the title. The title, I would chase the knowledge. I do think useful to be cross-channel proficient, if not fluent, cross-discipline proficient, if not fluent. I think it makes you a better facilitator. So having a dabbling knowledge in media, data, PR, advertising, events, email databases, like really in as much as possible will make you a better and director. You don't have to be fluent in everything. There might be one or two areas you spike in and you're very, very deep in, like I am. But I do appreciate diverse background. I think it makes me a better strategist and a practitioner. But I know that's not for everyone.
Absolutely not. Matt, again, thank you so much for this conversation. I truly enjoyed it. I enjoyed learning more about you and how your mind works and your approach. It's been also refreshing, because not often do we get to see somebody who's, again, a creative mind, passionate about that specifically, into the role of a CMO as well. So at least not often for me. I haven't had these.
Maybe there'll be more. I hope there's going to be more.
I hope so too. It's been truly refreshing. I learned something new as well, and I really enjoyed it. And it was a pleasure meeting you. Let's do this again, maybe sometimes, and go and dive deeper.
You bet.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
You too.